Hey, if you're brand new to detecting, Tot Lots can be one of the best and most accessible places that you can go to detect. But one thing that you always want to make sure that you do is check your local laws and make sure you've got permission to detect. Many of the parks have rules about detecting, some do not allow it, so always make sure you check. And now I'm going to show you my approach to hunting a tot lot. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm out today with my MindLab Xterra Pro, and I'm going to be hunting in park mode. Park 2, recovery speed's on 3, and let me see where my audio's at here. All tones, I guess I'll just leave it there. Let's do a quick noise cancel. All right. So, I swung around this tot lot here not long ago, and it was pretty quiet, so I don't expect that I'm going to find much, but I wanted to take this time to talk about tot lots in general. So, the approach on a tot lot is very simple. I am going to show you the places that I usually check, but you can see this is a sizable lot here, and there's a certain way I usually approach it as far as doing my hunts, and I concentrate on certain areas, and then I'll just do a general sweep around the whole thing. But I've got the V8X coil on here now, and so that'll be good for getting into some tight areas over here. One thing you want to keep in mind about tot lots also is your sensitivity level. Now, the Xterra Pro is more than capable of finding targets in tot lots at a lower sensitivity. For the most part, especially if you got, like this has the rubber, a lot of your drops aren't going to be very deep, so you don't need to crank sensitivity all the way up. So right now I'm on 12, and I'm just going to show you some general tips. So around this area right here, where the kids are going to be riding this little seesaw thing, I always check around where they would be sitting. And another reason you want to keep that sensitivity down too is because of the equipment itself. The closer you get to the equipment, the more your detector is going to start sounding off. And if that becomes much of a problem, again, just lower the sensitivity even more. So another area, so we got the monkey bars right here. And if these kids got any money, or even some adults that come out here and mess around on this stuff, if they're flipping upside down, they're likely to lose some change. So I'll always scan underneath the monkey bars to see if I can find anything. And again, like I said, this lot's pretty quiet right now. Not a lot of fresh drops in here. Another area I like to concentrate on is at the end of the slides. Always make sure you do a good scan around the end of the slides, because a lot of these kids, when they hit bottom, they'll roll around on the ground. Who knows what they'll lose. So always do a good scan around the end of that slide. So yeah, basically anything that a kid, this is one of those little spin chairs, anything a kid's gonna sit on, spin around. I've seen adults on this thing. You wanna get in there. Look at there, I got a signal 89. Let's see what we got. right there near the surface. Got us a quarter. How about that? It's modern, of course, but spendable. I will take it. Nice. And that was right beside this little spin chair. So awesome. Another thing I usually do when it comes to, well, especially the Tot Lot in my area, because the park doesn't get a ton of use, unfortunately. So I usually give it 2-3 months before I'll come back and visit again, to look for fresh drops. Because when I first started detecting, I pounded this Tot Lot pretty hard. So I give it some space, give it some time, and you know, I just come back whenever some time has passed. Here's a little rock climbing wall here. Okay, I'm getting too close to the pole. But yeah, I always give it some time. Now on parks that are very, very busy, you know, you could go every weekend probably and have some success. Okay, here's another piece of equipment where I've had some success in the past, and that's this spin around, I don't know what you call it, but it spins around. I've often found dimes, pennies, quarters here around this where people are losing them. So I'm not trying to dig a pull tab today. All right, that's the pull tab on the surface. I will pick that up, get it out of here. $48.50. Let's see. It's a little piece of aluminum. All right. I'll take that out of here too. Okay, so I'm over here around this seesaw. I got another good signal. 65, 66, probably a penny. There it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, yep. It's a zinc penny. All right. So you see how I've got my Excalibur sax digger with me, but I haven't had to use it. Okay, other spots to check. Benches, right? And hopefully this is where the adults sit while they're watching the kids. So they might lose something good, you know? Let's see. $80, $82, this might be a dime. It is. Got us a dime. Keep looking. Okay, now I would like to reiterate some Tot Lot etiquette. First of all, detect respectfully. Make sure you're allowed to be there. Avoid the busy times. Recover targets neatly. And leave the area looking untouched. A little respect goes a long way in keeping these spots open for detectorists.